Happy morning to you all. Today we are going to learn about the Tempest. This is a story written by Shakespeare. About the author, William Shakespeare. He is a famous writer, poet, playwright and actor. He was born in Stratford upon Avon in England. His period 1564 to 1616. Widely regarded as both the greatest writer in the English language and the world's preeminent dramatist. His surviving body of work includes 37 plays, 154 sonnets, and 2 narrative poems, the majority of which he penned between 1589 and 1613. Now we are going to learn about the facts about the play Tempest. This play, The Tempest, was written between 1610 and 1611. Many critics and historians believe it to be one of the last plays of William Shakespeare. It is considered as one of Shakespeare's well-written plays. It is believed that the play, The Tempest, was based on an actual wreck of a ship called Sea Venture of Bermuda that was headed to Virginia. There is a strong evidence that Shakespeare used elements of the story of the wreck. Now we are going to enter into the lesson, The Tempest. First of all, we are going to learn about the characters of this story. Characters. Prospero, he is an old man. Miranda, the old man's daughter. She was a young, beautiful lady. Sycorax, he was a cruel and cunning witch, which means nothing but he is a man of saying lot of mantras to approach someone negatively. Caliban, he is a son of Sycorax. He is not a real human. He is mixed up of a human and animal. Ariel, the chief of the good spirits. Gonzalo, an old man who served in his dukedom. King of Naples, he is an administrative enemy of Prospero. And then Ferdinand, he is the son of King of Naples, that is Prince of Naples. Antonio, he was a negative role in this story. He is the younger brother of Prospero. Now we are going to enter into the story. The Tempest. It's an interesting story written by William Shakespeare. There was an island in the sea, the only inhabitants. Inhabitants means dwellers, those who lived there in that island, were an old man, his name was Prospero, and his daughter Miranda. She was a very beautiful young lady. Actually, she is the heroine of this story, main role in this story, the softest person. And then she came to this island so young that she had no memory of having seen any other human face than her father's. They lived in a cave made out of a rock. They lived in a rock cave. It was divided into several apartments, that means rooms, one of which Prospero called his study, where he kept all his books, that means his favorite books he kept there, and he used that room to read, which is chiefly treated of magic. Most of the books is of magic, because he was interested in magic. That's why he is having a lot of magic books in this room. By virtue of his art, he had released many good spirits from a witch that is called Sycorax. That witch, he is a witch. He imprisoned a lot of good spirits there in the bodies of large trees. That means he tied up the good spirits into that bodies of large trees. He arrested these gentle spirits were even after obedient to the will of Prospero. So, being kind to Prospero, because he released him them, isn't it? That's why they were obedient to him. Whatever his wish, they are ready to fulfill the wishes, whatever he is saying. Of these gentle spirits, Ariel was the chief. Ariel, he was the main character in the story. He is serving nicely to Prospero. Whatever he said, he is ready. That means Ariel, he is ready to do everything. Ariel took rather too much pleasure. That means, actually Ariel, the chief good spirit who was tortured and imprisoned by Sycorax, made Caliban had employed by Prospero. He made Caliban to work with the Prospero, and he forced him to do all the works like a slave. For example, he forced him to do lot of laborious works like fetching wood and then carrying lot of goods, etc. By doing this all things to Caliban, he gained lot of pleasure. He is feeling very happy in tormenting and torturing Caliban by this way. And then Caliban was employed like a slave to whom? Prospero. With the help of these spirits, Prospero could command the winds and the waves of the sea. With these spirits, he is getting some advantages by commanding the winds and the waves of the sea. By his orders, they raised a violent storm, in the midst of which he showed his daughter proudly a fine large ship. He is saying to her daughter what he is saying. Oh my dear, like us, there are a lot of human beings in the ship. You just look at the ship. Likewise, funnily he is saying to her daughter. But she is a softer character, isn't it? That's why she replied, Oh my dear father, if your art you have raised this dreadful storm, have pity on their sad distress. They are going to fall. Surely they will all die. Please save them, father. Please save them. Like that she is asking him, her father. But he replied, No, Miranda, they won't die. I ordered no person in the ship shall receive any hurt. What I have done has been in care of you, my dear child. I am doing everything for you only. You are ignorant. You didn't know everything. You are very innocent. Can you remember a time before you came to this cell? I think you cannot, because you are a very small child. You were not then 3 years of age. Only 3 years old you are. That's why you don't know. He started to tell her the story. That means a flashback. He started to tell what happened at the age of 3. 12 years ago, Miranda, he continued, I am Duke of Milan. Duke, it is nothing but he is a chieftain of his own place. That means he is one of a kind of king. And you are a princess and my only heir. I had a younger brother. His name was Antonio, to whom I trusted everything. I trusted him much. But my brother Antonio, thus in possession of my brother power, began to think himself the duke indeed. He himself think of as a duke. The opportunity I gave him of making himself popular among my subjects and awakened in his bad nature a proud ambition to deprive me of my dukedom. He planned, he cheated me to attack me. With the help of King of Naples, a powerful prince. He was my enemy. Actually, the King of Naples, who had lot of hatred with me because I am the toughest fighter to him. Miranda asked, did they not that heart destroy us? Oh, my child, her father started to say, They dared not, because so dear was the love that my people bore me. My people, they won't allow. That's why they didn't kill me and you. Antonio carried us on board a ship, and when we were some leagues out at sea, he forced us into a small boat without either tackle, sail, or mast. There he left us without food to perish. But a kind lord of my court is another character, Gonzalo. Gonzalo means is a kind-hearted person who served in the palace. He placed in the boat some water, provisions, apparel, and some books. Everything without the knowledge of Antonio. He kept it, everything, in the boat without his knowledge, without Antonio's knowledge. Miranda, she asked, what a trouble must I have been to you then? I have gave you lot of troubles. No, my love, Prospero answered, you are a little angel that did preserve me. For you only I lived on that day. Your innocent smiles made me bear up against my misfortunes. Your innocent smiles only made me to live, made me to bear up all my struggles. Our food lasted till we landed on this desert island. Since when my chief delight has been in teaching you, Miranda, have you understood what I said? Heaven thank you, my dear father. Now tell me, for what you raised this dreadful storm? Know then that by means of the storm, my enemy is the king of Naples and my cruel brother are there in that ship. They cast ashore upon this island. Having so said, Prospero gently touched his daughter with his magic wand. Magic wand means she don't know that her father and Ariel can easily converse with each other, but she don't know. For avoiding all those questions, he made her daughter by touching her with this magic wand. Suddenly she started to sleep. For the spirit Ariel just then presented himself before his master to give an account of the tempest, how he had disposed of the ship's company, and though the spirits were always invisible to Miranda. Prospero did not choose she should hear him holding conversation with the empty air. If you are seeing the conversation between Ariel and Prospero means we can see only Prospero. We can't able to see Ariel because he is invisible to everybody. Except Prospero, he is invisible to everyone. Well, my brave spirit, said Prospero to Ariel, how have you performed your task? Ariel gave you a lively description of the storm and of the terrors of the mariners, how the king's son Ferdinand was the first who leaped into the sea. His father thought he saw his dear son swallowed up by the waves and lost. I gave the trouble to the king of Naples. What he thought, his son, his only son, died up because of the storm. He is swallowed by the water like that. But he is safe, Ariel said. In a corner of the isle, sadly lamenting the loss of the king, his father. One side, king of Naples, he is lamenting about his son. Oh my God, my son, he left, he died, he swallowed up like that. Another side, his son, Ferdinand, he is lamenting because of the loss of his own father. That's my delicate. He excited, Prospero excited. That's my delicate, Ariel. He's appreciating Ariel for his nice act. Bring him here. My daughter must see this young prince. I want to show my daughter this prince. Why? because she is scolding me, or she is having some anger with me. So I want to show the person who is safe. Little hopes of finding, thinking they saw him perish. Of the ship's crew, not one is missing. Everyone is safe, but they are searching for another one. Each one thinks himself the only one saved, and the ship, though invisible to them, it is safe in the harbor. The ship is entirely invisible to them. Ariel then went to fetch Ferdinand. Ariel went to Ferdinand to call him to show to the Miranda. "Oh, my young gentleman," said Ariel. When he saw him, he can't able to see it, but he heard its voice. He heard what he heard. The Ariel said, "I will soon move you. I want to get you with me. You must brought for the lady Miranda to have a sight of your pretty person. I want to show you to Lady Miranda. Follow me." Likewise, he is calling him. So he also followed in amazement the sound of Ariel's voice. He also coming to follow Ariel. And then he said, they were sitting. That means that the Ariel brought him to the Prospero and Miranda. They were sitting under the shade of a large tree. Now Miranda had never seen a man before except her own father. She had seen only one human, that is her father. Now she is seeing the Ferdinand. Then what happened? Prospero, Miranda, tell me what you are looking at, wonder. "Oh, father," said Miranda in a strange surprise, "surely that's a spirit." "Father, it's a spirit. Lord, how it looks about." "Then it is a beautiful creature. Is it not a spirit?" "No, girl," answered her father. "It eats, it sleeps, and it has senses such as we have. Whatever we are having, the habits, we are having the habits of eating, sleeping, and touching sense, everything we are having, like the same, it is also having. This young man you see was in the shape. This young man, he is also from the shape. He is somewhat altered by grief. He was worrying about all the things. What happened to him? You might call him a handsome person. He lost his companions, whoever travelled with him in the ship, and he is eagerly searching them to save their life." Miranda, who thought all men had grave faces and grave birds like her old father. What she thought, every person will be like the same, like her father. But she didn't expect what it is. She can see the nice appearance of this young prince. So she was delighted with the appearance of this beautiful young prince, Ferdinand. By seeing such a lovely lady in this desert, and from the strange sounds he had heard, Ferdinand also very excited by seeing such a lovely lady in this desert place. And from the strange sounds he had heard, strange sounds means Ariel's sound, expecting nothing but wonders, thought he was upon an enchanted island, and that Miranda was the goddess of the place. He thought that Miranda, she was the goddess of the place, because all the wonders happening there, some other voices from the sky, he is hearing such a beautiful woman, such a beautiful young lady he is seeing. He can't able to take it everything. That's why as such he began to address her. She timidly answered she was no goddess, but a simple maid, and was going to give him an account of herself. When Prospero interrupted her, he was well pleased to find They admired each other. But to try Ferdinand's constancy, he resolved to throw some difficulties in their way. Therefore, advancing forward, he addressed the prince with a stern air, telling him, he came to the island as a spy. He came there as a spy to take it from him who was the lord of it. Follow me, said he. I will tie your neck and feet together. What he thought, Ferdinand came here to the island as a spy to take it something or to arrest the old man and the daughter everybody. Likewise, he is thinking. He addressed the prince with a stern air, telling him he came to the island as a spy to take it from him who was the lord of it. Follow me, said he. I will tie your neck and feet together. He is treating him as a prisoner. You shall drink sea water. He is not ready to give him good food also. That's why he is giving him sea water. It is not nice to drink. It is saltier, more saltier. Shellfish. It's not having any fleshy part in it. It is not having any taste also in it. Eating of this shellfish is very waste. Withered roots. It is also not having any taste in it, any flavor in it, whatever it may be. It is nothing. And husk of acorns. Husk means what? The wasted part of the grain shall be your food. Likewise, he said and gave him. The wasted things he gave him to eat. Ferdinand, as a prince, he didn't like everything. I will resist this, and drew his sword. No, I don't want it. Likewise, he is taking his sword to fight. But Prospero, waving his magic wand, fixing him to the spot where he stood. So by using his magic wand, he fixed him to tie in this place where he stand, so that he had no power to move. So Ferdinand, he is helpless. He had no power to move from there. Miranda hung upon her father, saying, Why are you so ungentle, father? Have pity. I will be his surety. I will give surety for him. This is the second man I ever saw. And to me he seems a true one. I think he will be a truest person. Father said, Silence. One word more will make you chide you. What? An advocate for an impostor? You are giving a good name to the impostor. You think there are no more such fine men, having seen only him and Caliban. That me and Caliban only your world. That's why you are coming to this decision. No, it's not fair. This he said to prove his daughter's constancy, and she replied, My affections are most humble. I have no wish to see a goodlier man. Come on, young man, said Prospero to the prince, you have no power to disobey me. You are having no power. No one should disobey me in this desert, this island. Prospero had commanded Ferdinand to pile up some heavy logs of wood. That means he forced him to do a lot of works. Because of the anger with the king of Naples, he is forcing him to do a lot of works, the unfamiliar works. As king's son not being much used to laborious work, Miranda soon after found him almost dying with fatigue. Because of these sufferings, he became very tired. Alas, she said, Don't work so hard. My father is at his studies. Surely he will be there in reading books. He is safe for 3 hours. Pray rest yourself. Take rest. Likewise, she is advising him. But Ferdinand refused. I dare not. Before finishing my task, I won't take rest. If you will sit down, Miranda said. You sit down, I will carry your logs the while. For you, I am ready to carry your work, everything. But Ferdinand would by no means agree to. Prospero, who had enjoined Ferdinand this task merely as a trial of his love. He wanted to know about the love with his daughter. That's why he is enjoined Ferdinand. He is also listening to the conversation between Ferdinand and Miranda. Was not at his books as his daughter supposed, but was standing by them invisible. By using his magic, he is standing there invisible to the Ferdinand and Miranda to overhear what they say. He is overhearing everything, whatever they are saying. Ferdinand inquired her name, which she told, saying it was against her father's express command she did so. And then Ferdinand, in a long speech, told the innocent Miranda he was a heir to the crown of Naples and that she should be his queen. That means Ferdinand assured to Miranda that he is going to marry Miranda and then he is going to make her as the crown of Naples. She should be his queen. Prospero then appeared before them. Now, by hearing this, everything, Prospero felt happy. That's why he appeared before them. Now he said to Ferdinand. That means after knowing the real nature of the Ferdinand, that means Prince of Naples, he was very happy. Oh my God, my daughter, she is going to get a good life like that. And approve of all you have said. And Ferdinand, if I have too severely used you, I will make you rich amends by giving you my daughter. All your vexations were but trials of your love, and you have nobly stood the test. Then as my gift take my daughter. Now he is happy. What he is saying? Don't get any fear, my child. And approve of all you have said. He is ready to give his daughter to Ferdinand for marrying. And he said to Ferdinand, all your vexations, all your problems, all your thoughts were but trials of your love, and you have nobly stood the test. When Prospero left them, he called his spirit Ariel, who quickly appeared before him, eager to relate what he had done with Prospero's brothers and the king of Naples. He ordered Ariel to bring up the king of Naples and Antonio. Ariel said he had left them almost out of their senses with fear. They are always with the senses with fear. They are in the fear at the strange things he had caused them to see and hear. When fatigued with wandering about and famished for want of food, they are eagerly waiting for the food because they are famished. Famished means what? Excess hunger. He had suddenly set before them a delicious banquet. Delicious banquet means what? It contains a lot of food dishes. Yummy, tasty food dishes. And then just as they were going to eat, at that time he appeared visible before them in the shape of a harpy, a voracious monster with wings. So he is making them afraid by showing the invisible, voracious monster with wings. And the feast vanished away. He is playing them hide and seek like this, isn't it? He is playing with them, making them fear, and then showing delicious food before them, and then vanishing them, and then scary appearance, everything. Then to their utter amazement, this seeming harpy spoke to them, reminding them of their cruelty in driving Prospero from the dukedom. What they did the cruelty to Prospero for the revenge, he is also doing the same to the Antonio and the king of Naples, and leaving him and his infant daughter to perish in the sea. Whatever the cruelty made to Prospero and her daughter, now they are gaining the same by the way of Ariel. That for his cause these terrors were suffered to afflict them. The king of Naples and Antonio, the false brother, repented the injustice they had done to Prospero. The Ariel made them to realize their mistake, what they have done to the Duke Prospero and his infant Miranda. Then bring them here, Ariel. Prospero ordered Ariel, bring them here. Ariel soon returned with the king, Antonio, and old Gonzalo, and the king of Naples. Gonzalo, have you remember? Gonzalo is the kind-hearted person who kept everything, books, provisions, water, everything for Prospero. When his wicked brother left him as he thought, he perished in an open boat in the sea. Grief and terror had no stupefied their senses, that they did not know Prospero. They didn't know Prospero because after 12 years he became very old. They didn't have any remembrance. That's why they forgot him totally. He first discovered himself to the good old Gonzalo, calling him the perseverer of his life. Then his brother and the king knew that he was the injured Prospero. Then only they realized, oh, he was the injured Prospero. Antonio with the tears. He really realized, that's why now he is with the tears and sad words of sorrow and true repentance. Implored his brother's forgiveness, and Prospero forgave them. Prospero also ready to forgive him. And upon their engaging to restore his dukedom, he said to the king of Naples, I have a gift in store for you too. I have a gift. I have a gift means what? He is going to give something. And opening a door, showed him his son Ferdinand playing chess with Miranda. What's the gift here? The gift is for Ferdinand. What he thought, the king of Naples thought and cried because of the loss of his son. What he thought? My son, he died. Likewise he thought. But he is showing him now. That's why he is saying that I have a gift in store for you too. And opening a door and showed him his son, Ferdinand. He is playing chess with Miranda. Nothing could exceed the joy of the father and the son at this unexpected meeting. Because of this unexpected meeting, they are not having anything. And then for they each thought the other drowned in the storm. Because they, as father, he thought what? My son, he died. Son, he thought that my father died like that. The king of Naples was almost as much astonished in the beauty and excellent graces of the young Miranda. King of Naples, he was attracted by the Miranda. Yeah, what a beautiful girl. She is playing chess with my son. What a beautiful pair they are, likewise, as his son had been. Who is this maid? And said he. Who is this maid? Who is she? She is a daughter to this Prospero, who is the famous Duke of Milan, of whose renown I have heard so much, but never saw him till now. Of him I have received a new life. Now Ferdinand said, she was the daughter to this Prospero, he is the famous Duke of Milan. A renown I have heard so much, I never saw him till now. I have received a new life because of this Prospero and her daughter Miranda. He has made himself to me a second father. By giving her daughter, he is making himself to me a second father. No more of that Prospero. Let us not remember our troubles past. We can forget all our past, since they so happily have ended. And then Prospero embarrassed his brother and again assured him of his forgiveness. Prospero now told them that their ship was safe in the harbor and the sailors all on board her, and that he and his daughter would accompany them home the next morning. Before Prospero left the island, now Prospero ready to left the island. For what he is going? He is going to his country Milan. He is going to serve as duke for the countrymen. He dismissed Ariel for his service. He dismissed Ariel. Ariel means what? He released. He gave happiness to Ariel, to the great joy of that lively little spirit. Have you all enjoyed this story? Yes. So, Ariel enjoyed now. Then everyone started their traveling. Thank you.
He trod the water, whose enmity he flung aside. I'll show thee the best